Greetings to you all, members of Section 5 of Communication 1000, Introduction to Speech Communications, Fall 2022. My name is Arthur Kelly, and I'll be your teacher for this Fall 22 semester class. I'm looking forward to meeting you, spending a few hours each week, helping all of us, you and me, to learn how to better communicate. If you'd like to know more about me, I've posted a snapshot on Canvas. It'll tell you something about my life and my journey with education. I've been working at it for a long time, and am sometimes surprised that I have had the pleasure of teaching so many students, surprised and grateful, some of whom I now consider friends and colleagues. What I want to talk to you about in this video is my philosophy of education. You're probably not overly interested, and I don't plan to take much of your time, but I do hope you'll give me just a few minutes. Hear me out. As you probably know, Socrates once said that the unexamined life is not worth living, and I agree with that. And I think education, university, the setting, provides you the ways and means to more purposefully examine your life and to ask some pretty important questions. Questions like, who am I? Which, of course, is one of the main ones. I think maybe whose am I, in our context, may be even more important. Following those are questions like, what's my relationship to other people in this world? My neighbor at home, my neighbor across the ocean. If you live on campus, my neighbor who shares my space in the dorm. Even the question, who is my neighbor, is an important one. Increasingly, I think it is important to ask, what's my relationship to the natural world? A question that seems to me is more pressing today than ever. Finally, I think the question that asks, why am I here? Multiple levels of that question. Why am I at AU? Why am I in this world at this time? These invite us to think more about our purpose and meaning. Obviously, a course in speech is not a course in philosophy, pretty much not a course in philosophy, and will not be directly responding to those questions that I've identified as the important questions, but you will be asked to give some speeches. Check out the syllabus, and you'll see that you have cram quite a few speeches into this short semester. One of the things you'll hear me say several times, especially in the first weeks, I'll say it probably so often you'll get tired of it, is that I want you to give speeches about matters and questions and ideas and problems that matter to you. If you do that, you're already on your way to giving a really good speech. Because if it really matters to you, you've already done some thinking about. You've probably already have information and data and opinions about that subject. Creating and presenting a speech that matters to you makes creating and presenting both easier and, frankly, better. I want you to speak about those things that matter to you. Here's another part of what you'll hear from me pretty regularly, so that what matters to you will come to matter to us. That's the whole point of nearly any kind of communication, but especially the kind of speeches you're asked to present in this class, informational and persuasive speeches. I see a major part of my role as teacher is to create a safe place so that you'll feel safe to talk about anything you want to talk about. Other than the impromptu and introduction speech, I'll never ask you to talk about, I will never tell you what to talk about. That is the subject. You should feel free and safe to talk about anything that really matters to you. Of course, there's risk in that, sometimes a lot of risk. But risk matters in the process of learning to love the questions and live into the answers. A piece of advice from a poet by the name of Rilke who understood about taking risks. You see, at the heart of my philosophy of education are two words: relational and personal. I want to get to know you. I haven't met you yet, but I already care about you because I know some of what you are experiencing and recognize that whatever else is going on in your life, it is sometimes more important than what I think is important. I want you to be a learner and not just a student. A person can be a great student and a lousy learner, and a person can be a lousy student and a great learner. Choose learning. Choose wonder. Take risks. Be brave. This is your education, not mine, even though you will no doubt be my teacher this semester. I'm expecting to learn from you. I want to close with this quotation that I think kind of sums up everything I've said to this point. It's a statement by E. Cummings. Some of you may have heard of him, an early 20th century American poet, famous for his own free, idiosyncratic poetry that didn't fit any accepted norms of poetry at the time. He was a risk taker who knew what he was talking about. He said this: "We do not believe in ourselves until someone reveals that deep inside us is something valuable, worth listening to, worthy of our trust, sacred to our trust. Once we believe in ourselves, we can risk curiosity, wonder, spontaneous delight, or any experience that reveals a human spirit." That's what I hope for you this semester. Another famous person said what Cummings said in this way: "You will know the truth, and the truth will make you free." See you soon. Blessings as you prepare for the fall.